Love to Hate, the podcast that asks the question, what do you love to hate?
You are a smelly pirate hooker. And I hate your ass face!
Do you love it?
No!
Do you hate it?
Oh, yeah. Yes!
You stupid, ignorant son of a bitch, dumb bastard! I'm tossing your general direction!
No more foreplay.
Love to Hate starts now.
Welcome to this edition of Love to Hate. I'm Philip Fullman.
And I am Brandon Luna.
What are we going to hate on today, Brandon?
That's a good question. How about social media? Facebook in general.
Is that the one that gets the majority of your ire?
Yeah, that's the one that gets the majority of my ire.
Facebook. Hold on, I'm going to put this on your wall. I'll post this to your Facebook page while you talk about it.
Facebook, MySpace, Twitter, Instagram, you name it.
Snapchat,
yeah. I still don't understand the purpose of Snapchat.
I do not either.
We're old.
Yeah, I don't get that one. So what's this particular thing you hate about Facebook that you are on? With 2 pages, by the way.
What?
You have 2 profiles on Facebook.
Yeah, I do. Well, one was originally my personal profile with family and friends and stuff. And then when I started in the cigar industry, family and friends were tired of seeing all the cigar posts. So I just rather than disconnect from my family and friends, I just opened up a second one. And that's primarily what I use now. I don't even think I look at my personal one anymore. So
okay.
That's the way it is. But yeah, Facebook, what a pain in the ass. I mean, this thing started off as something as a way for you to connect with old friends, and it's become this giant monster of a thing that I'd say probably most people get their news from.
Yes.
Most people get all their information from. Most people get all their gossip from. It's just this giant monster of gossip and horror that has taken over the internet.
What this guy does next will amaze you.
God.
I hate those.
And there's I'd say 90% of the stories that are on Facebook are basically just bait, click, this.
Clickbait.
Yeah, clickbait. I mean, you click on it, there's a million ads. You got to go through next to get the rest of the story.
Well,
it's a pain in the ass.
It's become, like you said, it's clickbait, but it's everybody reposting it. Because they were like, oh, this is interesting. And when I got on it, I was drug into it, kicking and screaming. I was like, nah, get on it. So I had a couple of friends got on it, and then all of a sudden people start finding you. But people were putting stuff on there about themselves. Now nobody or very few people put stuff up about themselves. It's all about the story they read or this meme they saw that was funny. So they're going to repost it because it made them laugh or it kind of represents their views on something. It's like, I don't care. I got on this to keep in touch with friends and see what's going on in their lives, and you're not doing anything.
Yeah.
You're just reposting stuff.
Then
I don't care.
Very little original content on Facebook.
Which is kind of what I like about the cigar guys and those of us in the industry, because we're putting original content up.
Yeah. But no one wants to see it because it's cigar related, but yeah.
Right. Well, we
Except
do.
for us, our friends.
Right. But then that's kind of the point. It's like, these are my friends, and, they're putting funny stuff up, so.
Yep. And then there's the clicks that annoy me in Facebook. There's how many other instant little groups that pop up that you now have to take part in, and
I don't join any of those.
I can't stand when people add me to a group without asking me. That's the most. It's really kind of rude to just assume that I want to be part of your group, or hey, like my page.
Right.
That all that stuff. Just
okay, so I did
really
do a like my page thing. But
really annoys me. Yeah.
I
I get that, but I mean,
sent it to a few people who I thought would actually like it.
Yeah, that's fine, but I don't know. I just think it's being used for the wrong things now. I think it's mostly being used for business purposes, and someone's looking to make money off of it, and we're dragged into a kicking and streaming because we're trying to keep up with our friends, but it's not what it's supposed to be for. It's kind of become
and I
bastardized.
think it's more so people just posting stupid stuff that irritates me. And by that I mean just reposting stuff. I don't care if you have an opinion different than mine. That's fine. Post something about it. But if you're just going to repost an article you read somewhere, then no.
Yeah.
I don't really care.
Yeah.
Put your own thoughts down, and that's what I would find interesting.
And I do like that you do post original things.
I try to.
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really think you've reposted anything. I can't think of anything that you reposted besides the FDA stuff.
Yeah, that I'll repost, and mostly I'll put that on the shop page.
Yeah.
It's like I know who's going to see it. It'll just be other industry guys, which is fine. So, I just try to keep it. I'm a frustrated ex-disc jockey. I use that as kind of like my forum.
Yeah.
To put stuff out.
And we use this as a forum as well.
Yes.
We're both frustrated ex-disc jockeys. So
This is true.
Yeah.
And so, and of course you can always like our Facebook page.
Yeah. Go to Love to Hate and like the Facebook page.
Does that make us hypocrites?
Yeah, totally. But
No, I think there's always going to be stuff that that you can hate about it. And like you said, I think when people get the majority of their news from it and they're looking at, the Eagle Forum is like, okay, that's not a legitimate news story.
Right.
And you can read through half of these things and tell, okay, this is not an actual news source, but people read them, and boy, do they get up in arms about them.
Yep. I always love it when people post stuff from The Onion and they get all pissed off about it.
Oh,
it's like,
yes.
come on, it's The Onion. Do you not know that is totally fake
It's like
news?
so sarcasm totally lost on you. You don't speak a word of it, do you?
Exactly.
No, I enjoy that.
I almost feel like Facebook needs to have snoops attached to it, so before you post anything, it goes through snoops, and they can tell you if it's bullshit or not. That way you post it if it's accurate or not.
Can't tell if we're lying?
Yeah. Check this out. I don't know. It's become it's just become where everybody goes for everyday life, and it annoys me to no end. It's like I hate it when people, and you do this too, but you actually post stuff. But did you see my post today? You didn't respond? They get mad when you didn't respond. You didn't respond to my post. Like, really? What are you talking about? Like, I'm working. I don't have time to look at Facebook all day long every day to answer everybody's post. I mean, half the time I don't respond to anything. I'll just like it just to get it the hell out of the way, But
yeah, it's just like, hey, saw it, enjoyed it, and you're done.
I don't know, man. And then Instagram is, started off as a way to share photos, and I kind of liked that when it started off because I was a photographer. But now it's like, Instagram was being affected by Snapchat, so now Instagram has Snapchat attached to it as well, or their version of it. So now if you look at your Instagram feed, you have all these little Snapchats or their version of it at the top of it with people doing videos. It's like, don't bastardize your identity because something else is popular.
I did an Instagram page when I did my books. Because somebody told me, hey, you got to be on all aspects of social media. It's like, what the hell am I going to put pictures up about? And then, of course, the shop has one, which I never use.
Yeah.
Customers will use it more than I do, but I'm just like, I'll stick to the Facebook page where I can at least write a little something.
Yep. And then Twitter has now extended how many characters you can put in there.
I don't know. I do not understand Twitter.
Yeah.
I really don't. It's like trying to get through code. It's like, what was the actual sentence? Because all I got is hashtags and ampersand.
Right.
So what was the actual message? I'm lost.
Yeah. Hashtags is the big one for me, too. I use them
because it throws me off because I'm reading through it, and it's like, wait, what was that?
But it is friggin' annoying that you have to use them to get your stuff seen.
Well, like I said, I think to me it makes it harder to read.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Especially if you're putting it in the middle of a sentence. But
yeah.
And then I will also blame social media for the death of the English language, along with texting. I think those all kind of become the norm where people don't use punctuation anymore and don't capitalize and make up words for other words. It's just it's really, really annoying.
Well, because you can't write by the way.
No, you got to write
BTW.
Yeah, LOL, and everything else. I don't know.
Sometimes I feel obligated to put LOL. Like, I know you were trying to be funny, and now I want to respond and let you know that I did indeed find that funny, but it loses something if you type back, I did indeed find that funny.
Right.
It's like, well, wait, did you really? So it's like, okay, LOL.
That was hilarious? Really? You didn't LOL. It must have not been that funny.
Well, I guess the guy doesn't think I'm funny.
Yeah, exactly. You realize how weird this world would be if everybody was actually laughing out loud all the time.
This is true.
How strange would it be to walk down the street and everybody
I
says,
think it's... I think most
second
time
of
I
the day.
just laugh on the inside because socially that's more acceptable than laughing at somebody.
Well,
when
yeah.
they say something just like, all right.
I think it's okay if you're at a comedy concert or something like that. But
Sure, but I mean, most times you meet a guy on the street who's an idiot. It's like, you don't want to laugh at him. That's wrong. That's rude. Just
True,
laugh on the
true.
inside and don't tell them you find them foolish.
Yeah. That's why it wasn't very good in corporate America, because I would laugh at people in their face and say, you're an idiot. And it wasn't looked upon as a way to do business.
I think I'm spoiled now working in cigar shops because it would be very tough for me to go back and not just ask people, what the hell is your problem?
Right.
It's like, look, I can just cut to the chase. It's like, I don't,
Cigar shops are definitely a far cry from corporate America. You pretty much say what you want here and do what you want to do, and people kind of accept it and move on, and you have a personality based on that, and people expect it. But corporate America, you've got to be very buttoned up, and you can't say certain things, and you can't have an opinion that's different from the norm, and God forbid you do that. So
corporate America's on Facebook and social media. In fact, one time I was having an issue with UPS and posted something on their Facebook page and actually finally got a response from them because I couldn't get a response by calling the 800 number or anything. But boy, it shows up on social media like, hey, we need to fix this.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It surprised me. And I thought, what the hell, give it a shot.
Yeah.
And sure enough, they responded to that.
So how different is Facebook from MySpace? Because MySpace was big at some point, but it wasn't the monster that Facebook is. Do you think Facebook was doing things differently enough and right?
Yes, I think, well, just my opinion, but to me, looked like MySpace was really more popular around meth houses, trailer parks, with people who wanted to hook up. It was really kind of white trash.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just looked skeevy.
Well, it was a crappy-looking site, number one.
Yes,
I mean, it wasn't good-looking
and
at all.
Facebook was this very clean, well-lit, well-organized type of thing.
Yeah.
It had polite things. Look, put a button on your page. Do this, you know.
Yeah.
It's still, for all its changes, it's still easier to read than any of the stuff that you ever had on MySpace.
So MySpace was like a rent-to-own shop, and Facebook
well,
is like
yeah,
the
it's
Apple
like,
Store.
hey, now I'm gonna put my background music behind my page. I'm gonna put up some wallpaper representing who I am.
Yeah,
I'm
it
just
all looked like
imagining that's
crap.
how people with MySpace
Yeah.
talk.
It-
But yeah,
it-
MySpace was just kind of.
It was ugly.
I
It was
never
ugly.
did it. It was like, why?
I had a MySpace page to promote my photography back in the day, but
Sure.
all I did was upload photos and didn't really promote anything, so it was just there because I had to be there, I guess. But, you know.
I don't know. I don't think of MySpace just seemed like it was a giant hookup site. Because then didn't it also fringe you with the other people? Like if I like Brandon, then now all of a sudden I'm friends with all your people.
Yeah, I don't know.
And see, Facebook just really recommends that. Like, hey, Brandon likes this person. Do you want to be their friend too? I'm like,
Yep.
no, because
That's the other annoying thing about Facebook right now is all the recommended people for you. Like 90% of them are fake people, you know, that are just putting up there's a lot of really attractive girls that want to be your friend, and they're friends with one of your friends or 5 of your friends, and it's the same 5 friends that like everybody. So
yeah, no. And again, that goes to, can you not tell a fake when you see it?
Right. Some people can't. I don't know.
Look, go look in the mirror, then look at her profile picture, and if she wants to be your friend, do the math.
Yeah, they got to have a cigar in their mouth or cigar near them. If I'm going to add them as a friend at this point. And even then, I look at their friends and see if they're actually posting anything worth crap.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah.
Because I'll get a lot of people, and it's like, I don't know you, but they saw something I posted on one of the Cigar Guys things and
Right.
stuff like that.
I don't know. I'm very annoyed by how much time is consumed by Facebook in daily life. And
Yeah.
I see this at home between my wife and my kids, or one of my 17-year-old daughter. They spend a lot of time on Facebook, and that's how they connect with people beyond face-to-face. Like my wife will talk to her, Frisco mom group.
Right.
Every day, all day, and then they'll go out once a month and hang out. It's like, why don't you go out 4 times a month and hang out instead of spending all this time on Facebook? It seems like it would be better for you to do that, get more FaceTime, than to spend it all on a computer. But that's just me. I don't know.
Oh, it makes more sense.
Yeah.
But Facebook has rendered the high school reunion useless.
Oh, yeah.
Because now you know who got fat, who got bald, who got pregnant.
Right.
You no longer have to go back to find that out.
Yeah. Did you ever go to any of yours?
No.
No, I never did either.
No. And, what I love, though, is I do like the ability to see what happened to people I went to high school with.
Yeah.
And just figure out, it's like, hey, did this person end up where I thought they would, or how have they changed? That morbid curiosity we all have.
right,
About,
right.
Hey, who was this person? And, a lot of times it's interesting because you realize, hey, I'm nowhere near the person I was then. Who was I to think that other people wouldn't evolve as much?
Right.
But, then all of a sudden they're just reposting stuff about, hey, do you remember? Or,
Yeah, that one annoys me too.
how many likes can this crippled monkey get?
Right. Yeah, the this time last year thing kind of annoys me too sometimes because there's memories I don't necessarily want
I don't
to revisit.
necessarily. What memories did you? That's the time you
Previous
got the
jobs,
colonoscopy.
whatever,
Yeah, I don't get any of those. I don't. Whatever it is you're supposed to sign into that puts up past memories, I don't get.
Yeah, it always pops up every day. It's like this time last year. Do you
Oh,
want
yeah,
to
I
post
don't-
this? Do you want to share this? Like,
I don't.
no,
I don't see that.
I
No.
don't share that crap.
Like, I don't care. I like it because you know what? It does help me keep up with friends' birthdays.
Yeah,
So that in that aspect, it's nice.
that's fine. I wish there was a way to disconnect from it to where I wouldn't, just alienate all my friends. That's the one thing I wish I could do.
I do filter quite a bit.
Yeah,
Yeah, I won't unfriend people, but
you'll
it's like-
unfollow them so you don't have to see all the crap.
because
Yeah.
some of it is like I just don't care.
Yeah, I get
So,
That explains a lot. That explains why you don't respond to me. I'm just kidding.
What was that? Sorry, I was updating my status.
Yeah, I
I
gotcha.
didn't get a chance to hear it. I'm going to tweet this out
Did
now.
you guys cover this on your other show that stopped?
Wow. Zing. You can still hear episodes of This May Hurt over on iTunes. And that's the other thing, too, is, I see Joey's not on Facebook, so, he and I just text.
How's he doing, by the way?
He's doing well. He's going to start doing some solo gigs at a place up the street.
Yeah, so check out Joey Salvia's. What is he on? He's not on Facebook.
Joey Salvia over
got
on
a Twitter
Twitter.
account. There you go.
Joey Salvia at Joey Salvia on Twitter.
Does he have a website for his music and
stuff?
He
does. Yeah, okay. I just Googled Joey. I think it's joeysalvia.com. But he's still doing music, still got the band stuff going on, and just working his butt off.
Yeah.
Every time I talk to him, it's like, I'm still here.
Yeah.
Which, he's doing great. But that was the biggest thing, was it just got to the point where our schedules were like, when are we going to do this?
Yeah.
So, and even you and I have run into that.
It's a time commitment, man. I mean,
it really is. And, with the amount of show prep and just research that goes into this. And
yeah, there's no show prep, by the way. We pick a subject and just wax poetic on it or whatever the hell you want to call this.
Kind of.
Yeah. That's basically what we do.
The previous week, I got that out of the newspaper.
Yeah.
So.
That's true.
So, see?
That was a big one, though, man. That still pisses me off.
Yeah, I'm still.
We're talking about the sports thing.
Yeah, we're talking about how school districts
don't care about school anymore.
Yeah, they don't care about education. So
just care about
if you haven't heard it, go back. Did we ever decide what we were going to name that one?
Love to hate high school sports.
Love to hate high school sports. You can go back on Spreaker and hear last week's episode.
Yeah.
Although I'm sure most of you follow these chronologically.
That's the good thing about this show, is it doesn't really matter. We don't have like a
It's not a continuing saga.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
We don't have characters that we bring every week or something, and things happen, they progress. So now
we don't do like regular call-ins or have
no. Yeah,
skits we do every day at the same time.
Skits. No, that's too much trouble. That's too much work. I don't want to do that.
That's too much cheesy radio.
Exactly. Yeah.
Which,
so the other thing.
go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was going to say, that's the other thing, is television is huge with social media now.
Oh, yeah.
Because they'll report a story and they're like, hey, here's what our Facebook users had to say. It's like, I don't give a shit what your Facebook users had to say.
Here's what's going on the Twitter feed right now.
Yeah, I don't care. It's like, well, Tom from Buckhorn has this. Like, who cares what Tom has to say?
Yep, and
just
Tom's
do the damn
going,
news.
Yay, I'm on TV.
Hey, the anchor mentioned my Twitter feed.
Right.
Yeah, it's well, and they do. I swear they talked about this when I was in college, back in when was it? 88, 89, about how you would have live interaction with people on television. I'm like, how it can't be done. They're there in New York in a studio. How can I? Now I just post something to my Twitter feed, and they're asking a presidential candidate my question.
Right.
So they pull from all of those, and then it makes everybody kind of feel like they're involved, so that when they go out and don't vote, they can feel good about themselves for having asked that question in the first place.
So social media has its place, and it's kind of, you could say it's improved a couple of things as far as the way we gather news and stuff, but at the same time, I think there's probably more idiots on television now because of it.
Sure.
Instead of the guy jumping in the back making faces at when the reporter's out there on the street, you got
Paramount, Universal. Somebody just put out a movie with actors from YouTube, people whose YouTube channels all have like 1 million hits, and they put them in a movie together. Tell me that's not going to suck.
That's going to be awful.
Yes.
Yeah. Unless it's directed by Steven Spielberg, it's probably going to be total garbage.
Or Michael Bay.
Yeah, Get Zack Snyder to direct that. That's
there
what
we
you got to do. Get him.
And if you go back 2 weeks, you can find the episode where we hate Zack Snyder.
Yeah.
But that's the point it's gotten to, is where if you get enough hits on YouTube, you're famous. People are now, and in social media does that. People are now famous for no other reason other than they're famous.
Yep.
They serve no purpose.
Nope.
I mean, really, all a Kardashian does is take up oxygen for the rest of us. There's no purpose on them being on the planet.
Yeah, Love to Hate Kardashians is coming up. I guarantee you that.
Wow.
Can't stand that family.
Who can? Well, apparently a lot of people
do,
because a lot of people will follow them, and
you can't open Instagram or Snapchat without seeing stories about them on stuff. It's like, why do we give them the time? What have they brought to this world that's worth anything.
Again, it's just people look at this and they're like, I want to emulate that.
That's horrible.
I want to be vapid and shallow.
That's horrible.
And again, it goes back to we value the wrong things in society. We value money. We value beauty. We value success. We don't value intelligence or kindness or compassion or any of those things.
Correct.
We just want the cheap shallow. We want to go through the drive-thru because we don't want to sit and have somebody prepare us a meal.
Yep. Yeah, that's the way of the world, man.
Yet again, another show, and I'm feeling bad about the feeling bad about the world as we wrap it.
Again,
anyway.
what happens when the apocalypse comes and people can't go to a drive-thru to get their food anymore?
We did that. I told
Yeah.
you what was going to happen. I'm going to come and hang out with you, and hope that you take
eat
kindness.
peanut butter banana sandwiches until we run out, basically.
Brandon, can you show me how to make a fire? Yeah, no.
Right.
I was actually going back and listening to that. And it's like, man, I really come off as kind of like not having any skills to survive. And then I thought, well, that's accurate because
Yeah.
you know, if something happens, I need to go stand under the meteor because I will not survive the apocalypse.
You know how to sharpen a knife on a stone?
No.
Oh, my God.
I can't even sharpen a knife, period. I mean, that's the point we're at. If you had to sharpen your own cigar cutters, I would never smoke. I'd be screwed.
There's probably a video on Facebook that shows you how to do that.
Probably some guy takes his Zycar apart and
And
sharpens it.
he's got 1 million views on YouTube, and he's going to be in that movie with Zack Snyder. That's coming, man. It's coming.
It probably is. But,
Yeah.
you know, somebody told me that the FDA was actually going after Zycar, too.
Really?
Yeah.
For what?
I have no idea.
For butane? For
Maybe.
making things that cut things? What the hell could they go after Zycar for?
I don't know. They're enabling people to smoke by allowing them to cut their cigar. I don't know,
That's
man.
what are they going to go after fingernails next? I mean, you can just do that with a fingernail. You can do that
I'm
with your
sure they
fingers.
could. Yeah, but that's the thing. Once you let them go after one thing, it doesn't have to make any rhyme or reason. They will just go after everything that's ancillary or related to it.
That's horrible.
That's
gonna
what
get-
happens when you give them a little bit of power.
Yeah. It's going to get to the point where we can't have anything fun except for weed. Weed will be legal. We'll be able to do
That's
that
true.
all we want.
You know what? You know what is nice about social media and Twitter? Because then you can post stuff to the FDA and tell them what you think of them.
Yeah, and then it goes nowhere.
Yeah, and then they don't look at it. But
Exactly,
for a
yeah.
brief second, you feel better about yourself.
Yeah, it definitely makes you feel better about yourself to be able to say things on social media. But I think all the opinions that come after usually kind of determine who your friends are. You know,
I had that happen for the first time last week. I
Yeah.
posted something. One person did not find it funny or get the joke.
Yeah.
And so there was this long, long list of why it wasn't funny,
oh really?
to which my other friends all basically said, no, it was funny, lighten up. Which then brought on, I was like, all right, I'm out of this one. You guys fight
Wow.
it out.
Yeah,
It's like, that's so weird.
it is.
It's like I've never had that happen before, so
Did you unfollow that person?
no
Can
comment.
neither confirm nor deny.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Yeah,
He's the
Facebook's
kindest, warmest, gentlest, most wonderful human being I've ever met in my entire life.
Facebook is a burden on the youth of today. I will say that.
You know, if you look at the demographics, though, not a lot of kids are on Facebook. They're mostly on Snapchat and Twitter.
That's true.
It's-
My daughter told me that when we finally
Yeah.
allowed her to get a Facebook, she's like, "It's a bunch of old people on Facebook. Nobody uses that at my age."
Did you smack her?
No,
No.
it was true. You know, I
Yeah.
mean, to a degree.
It's a lot of middle-aged people.
Yeah,
Those of us who are like, hey, wonder what that guy in my high school class
I think
looked like.
Facebook kind of leads to Ashley Madison. Kind of leads to
Wow.
you know,
Wow.
Let's find all these old ex-girlfriends from high school and hook up with them. You know?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Come on.
I think there's a lot. Well, I think there can be a lot of that. But, I've also found guys I went to high school with.
Would you consider?
No, I'm not hooking up with one of the guys from my basketball
What's that
team.
app where you swap the thing and the?
Oh, Tinder?
Would you consider Tinder social media?
I think of it more as like desperation. And I don't know.
Yeah, just a shame app, basically.
I don't know. I guess people hook up with it.
I don't know.
I don't have it.
No, neither do I.
Yeah.
I've seen it before. I've seen it in action when one of the previous cigar reps that's no longer in the cigar industry was using it, and he was just swiping like this. I'm like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm making it rain." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "I'm just swiping like this way on everybody, so eventually someone will say yes." I'm like that's
Wow.
Yeah, that's
Will you tell me off air who it was?
hey, I'll tell you off air. Yeah, you
Okay.
can probably guess.
I probably can.
But yeah, social media it's changing the way we look at things. It's changing the way news is pulled. There's a lot more inaccurate news out
Changing
there.
attention spans.
Definitely changing attention spans, yeah. I can't tell you. I don't know if it's this way in your household, but we can't watch a television show without a couple people on their phones the entire time.
Yes.
Does that happen with you?
Yes.
That's annoying.
And it does, because and again, you and I've talked film before. There's a lot of subtleties in film.
Oh, yeah.
And if you're just listening to it, like, well, wait, what happened? Like, you missed it.
Mm-hmm.
You should have been paying attention. Well, can we rewind? No, I've seen it. I don't want to rewatch it. I got it.
Right. But
it's like, you got to pay attention.
And then you watch Criminal Minds and something just like a child's been murdered. And my wife's over there laughing in the corner. I'm like, you thought that was funny? She's like, oh, it's Facebook. I'm like, really? Put the Facebook up.
That's a big thing in my house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very annoying.
It's not in the decree.
I do call it at dinner, though. Everybody puts their phones up at dinner. There's no phones at the table.
As they should.
Yeah. That's the way we do it.
As they should. I feel bad when I'm trying to carry on a business conversation through text and there's people in the room, because like, I'm not updating a feed or anything. I'm actually communicating with somebody through work for that. What, I bore you already?
Yeah, I'm checking my Facebook.
Okay. Fair enough. Did it? I think I liked
I did that on purpose.
Well played. Well played.
So, yeah, Facebook is annoying. Instagram, Snapchat, they're all just time suckers. And along with sports, you can add that in there as well.
But podcasts are cool.
Yeah, podcasts are cool. You can actually
coolest
get a thought.
people listen to podcast.
You can get a thought put out there. People can think about it. People can respond. Not that they ever do. But if you do want to respond to us, we do have a Twitter feed. You can write us about whatever
such
episodes.
Hypocrites.
And we do have a Facebook page.
Well, because nobody's going to take the time to mail us.
No.
Because first they'd have to find a stamp.
Exactly, yeah. I think they all have, like, there's one stamp now that does everything, right?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I'll find out, because oddly enough, I am actually in need of a stamp. So
Are you?
Yeah, I got to
go to the post office and meet those lovely people.
Oh, God. Yeah.
So maybe socialize, but actual person to person.
Sure.
Get together with your friends, spend some time with them face to face. If you have those friends from high school that you're missing and you've connected with, maybe plan a trip to go see them actually and spend some time with them and decide if they're worth your time on Facebook. Because 9 times out of 10, when you meet them in person, they're probably assholes. And I think a lot of people come off a lot better on Facebook than they do in person.
I would think so, because you got time to edit and
exactly
think about what you're going to say, spell check it.
Mm-hmm.
So
true.
Yeah, that would be one way of doing it.
Yep.
But podcast. That's a good way. Sit around with your friends.
Yep.
Do it like the fireside chats that FDR used to have. Just sit around, smoke some cigars, put on Love to Hate.
Talk about what you saw on Facebook.
Yeah, you guys could also.
Did you see that post?
Oh, how many sentences start that way now?
Yep.
Hey, did you see that post?
Yep. Ay. That's the world we live in, sir.
Yeah. Still hoping for a giant meteor.
Right.
I'm good with that.
I'd rather have the meteor than the zombies. The zombies just seems like a lot of work. Let's just get the meteor and get it done with.
Yeah, because then death is instant. If you did the zombies, then it's just...
Yeah, painful, and there's a lot of smell involved. And unpleasantness.
Okay, we should... Speaking of death, we should put this episode out of its misery. I think we've... Yeah, we jumped the shark on that one.
All right. So check us out on Spreaker and YouTube, and we've got that Twitter feed and Facebook page to check out.
Yeah, do that. You can even find our personal pages and see if we'll respond.
Yeah, we probably won't.
Probably not.
Yeah, don't message me. Messenger. I don't like that.
All right, yeah,
I don't know you.
Don't mess with him.
All right, so great talking with you again, I guess.
Wow. Your attention span is
We can't sign off.
We can't. We love our audience too much. Now, we'll talk to you next time, kids.
Take care.